This GCN program brought to you by Frederick Remington, fully cooked bacon, the thickest, meatiest, center-cut bacon in the industry. Available at fullycookedbacon.com. That's fullycookedbacon.com.
Into the Naseema Omer Show. Hope your weekend is going as wonderful as it can be. Springtime is a beautiful time, and so is summertime here. I am very excited to have a very special guest today, a guest that I've met in person, and I look forward very much so to meeting her again in person in July of this year. Welcome, Oshana Spring. How are you?
Good, except suffering a bit from allergies this spring season.
I know.
Homeopathics do wonders, so.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. You know, I was at, I had fun. I was at a tango place, but, you know, cat dander does a number on me, and so I can only stay a little bit, and now, my sinuses are kind of a little congested and screaming, why did you spend so much time over there? But I want to tell the audience a little bit more about you before we get into our interview, and I'm so happy you took time out of your busy schedule to be on my show here. That's wonderful. And for our listeners, I want to let you know that you can always listen to the archived show or podcast by going to NaseemaOmer.com. That's NaseemaOmer.com. Or you may go to Genesis Communication Network Live.com by going to GCNLive.com. They are the producers of my show, located and headquartered right here in Burnsville, Minnesota. Now, Oshana, whereabouts are you these days?
I live in Santa Fe, New Mexico. It is a beautiful place. We're a tourist town. We hope you come and visit. We have mountains. We do not have the ocean, but it's wonderful hiking, and the town has art, nationwide known for its art, and its healing, and it's spiritual.
Oh,
It's very diverse, and we're also multicultural.
Oh, wonderful. I'm going to have to put that on my list, Oshana. Oh, my gosh. It's going on my list.
Good.
List of places. And I want to
love it.
Oh, when you are there, so we can have some good times together there.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. It is called the City Different, and it's extremely different from anything else.
Wow, wonderful. Mm-hmm. I want to let everybody know, boy, you have been busy. You're a busy, bright, brainy lady here, Oshana, and an activist too, which I love. And you take time for yourself and have fun. And I want to let everybody know that I met Oshana actually in a tango dancing event up in the mountains of Utah, Wasatch Mountains, at the Mountain Milonga Retreats, which I look forward to every year and have been doing so for the past 3 years. Oshana, today we're going to talk about more and focus more on your favorite subjects, astrology, spiritual pursuits, and speaking out against anything that impedes a free will in the universe. But I want to tell everybody about your extensive background that you have in the various fields. You've had a degree from UC Berkeley in the mid-60s in anthropology and genetics, and you're still very interested in both those subjects as it relates to our origin as a species. You just sound so wonderful and like in harmony with everything, Oshana. I had to just pipe that in. And you also worked in immunology research and transplantation immunology on New Age contracts. What is the NH contract?
NIH, National Institutes of Health.
Okay, National Institutes of Health, thank you. Contracts in 60s and 70s. And you're very opposed to the mega vaccination programs for children and feel autism can often be a result as well as ADHD. The test has proven such. In addition to all that, you have studied astrology after your college with the mentor Barbara Waters. You've got a naturopath degree in early 80s, and you are also a Feng Shui practitioner in the 90s, and you are very involved in environmental impacts of, you're actively pursuing the removal of fluoride out of the city water supply, and you're involved in all those efforts there. In addition to that, also opposed to spring roundup laden with glyphosate and please correct me if I mispronounce a word here.
Glyphosate. You said it pretty much right.
Thank you.
They're very toxic. I mean, it is a weed killer, but inside the body, it creates havoc.
It does. It does. And also, you're against smart meters and mega proliferation of cell phone towers. And, that reminds me, when I lived in the city of Rosemont, they were really nice because we did not want a smart meter. At that time, I was battling some migraines, and they were very kind, actually Lakeville City and Rosemont City right there, and they did come in and put in a manual one because of my issues. And so I was very happy about that. But, going back to astrology and spirituality and things like that, and also, if I remember correctly, you love essential oils too and homeopathy, as you mentioned earlier in the show. So wow, you spent a lifetime studying and you're still studying.
Well, there's always more to learn, and it's so much fun.
It is.
Yeah.
And it keeps us young at heart and in the brain as well.
Yes.
Yes. So, Oshana, tell me about your most recent, if I may call it an adventure, really, that you were really surprised at. You'd read about it and expectations and things like that. And how did that journey go? And what was it exactly?
Oh, you're referring to the Vipassana workshop I went to in Northern California.
Yes.
Which was an excellent experience, but unfortunately I actually hadn't studied or prepared for it, and so I went in quite naive, and it's quite an arduous undertaking to meditate 11 plus hours a day and not speak to anyone for 10 days also, and not being an ardent meditator. It was a bit shocking because I didn't realize this Buddhist technique that was brought to the public eye by Mr. S.N. Goenka. Mm-hmm. Goenka was born in Burma. He is of Indian descent, but he had some physical problems that were cured by the Vipassana meditation, which he discovered, I think, in his 20s or 30s. And then with the experience that he had, he wanted to bring it back into the public eye because it had been somewhat lost, especially in India, is my understanding. But while we do this meditation, those many hours a day, and I did not realize what could occur because it was my first day and they hadn't mentioned it yet, I was in tremendous pain for like 15, 20 minutes until, although they had told us not to change our position, I just had to. It was so excruciating.
Oh my.
And I thought, well, I just don't understand this because I hadn't studied it, because I do live a very busy lifestyle, and I was running from one thing to another. And a friend had visited me, and she had mentioned it in the past, what a wonderful study it was for her and how she had done it 4 or 5 times and recommended it for me. And we had signed me up online while she was visiting. And I, of course, had that as a goal to be able to find that time to go and do that for several weeks.
Wow. Now, I didn't realize, I am, as you know, Shana, I'm quite fidgety. I can't sit that long. I mean, an hour or more. I mean, I can't sit in a position that long.
Well, I didn't know I could, but by the end of it all, I could. I was very enthusiastic when I came back, and I was thinking that my kids I have 2 children in their early 30s, and they were given some land during my divorce from their dad, and I thought, wow, we could use that land in the desert to make a retreat center, but they weren't really up for that. So, but I loved it so much. I was so enthusiastic. But then I got very ill about a week after my retreat, not even that long. And
how I'm sorry to slow you down there, but how would you describe, like, what did you feel? Like you were just tired and fatigued, or what were the symptoms? How would you describe them?
Those also, I felt like I had some infection or a cold or something. But my son was here because he had come to house sit for me while I went to do the retreat. And we had all sorts of things planned that we were going to get done. So I'm like, even though I'm sick, I'm lifting 3/4 of 5-gallon buckets full of sludge out of a pond that I have that's 4 feet deep. And I'm in there in water and trying to get everything out because I had to move some koi fish from another pond.
Okay.
And he was here to help, so, I take advantage. He likes weightlifting. So,
that's a lot of work. Good for you.
I know. It just didn't help my situation.
Right.
And I couldn't believe that I wasn't getting well because I never typically get sick in the first place because I never have time to be ill.
I love you, Ocean. I can't wait to see you in July.
I know. It's going to be so fun dancing.
Yeah.
But what I discovered was when I was in that tremendous pain, apparently I had jumped out of my body and other things had jumped in. Oh. And I was not cognizant that could occur to me, especially because I'm always sort of up and enthusiastic and positive and consider myself filled with light. But when you're out of your body and you leave your body unattended,
yes,
who knows what could happen. And
oh, yes, I hear that music, Oshana, and I can't wait for us to find out what happened next when we come back from this quick, short break.
Water is the single most important thing your body needs, so you want to be sure it's the best for you and your family. Since 2005, thousands have depended on Berkey purified water. The Berkey Guy provides the lowest priced filtration systems in every size for incredibly delicious water now and in an emergency. Get to GoBerkey.com or call 877-886-3653. 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com.
Have you racked up more than $10,000 in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by, making minimum payments? You should know the credit card companies are tricking you into thinking there's no way out. Credit card companies would rather you didn't know that there are ways you can become debt-free, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. There are debt relief programs that help people like you escape overwhelming credit card debt. National Debt Relief has helped tens of thousands of people just like you reduce more than $500 million of debt. National Debt Relief has helped so many people they're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. You don't have to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan. You have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Reduce a large portion of your debt now. Call National Debt Relief at 800-314-7417. 800-314-7417. That's 800-314-7417.
The answer to being in control of your own healthcare is freedom from insurance. Become part of a group of self-pay patients that come together to share in each other's medical expenses. Individual share amounts begin at $107 a month and $347 for families. Choose from 3 health-sharing programs. Holistic treatments may be eligible for sharing. See guidelines. Discount programs available for dental, vision, and pharmacy. Go to libertyoncall.org. That's libertyoncall.org.
Lifetime Grace 100% grass-fed beef has the health benefits you seek. When compared to conventional beef, it offers good fats while virtually eliminating the bad. That's the result of cattle who never eat grain, ever. Rich in antioxidants, including vitamin E, C, beta-carotene, and CLA. No artificial hormones, antibiotics, or other drugs. For all our fresh, non-cooked products with only 100% grass-fed beef, go to MidasResources.com. Use voucher code GCN to get 30% off your order. MidasResources.com or find us on Facebook.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the Internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-831-0771 now. That's 800-831-0771 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-831-0771 to learn more. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
Be prepared for the next disaster with the Shelter Pod. The Shelter Pod is a large, all-season, heavy-duty, quick-deploy shelter. The Shelter Pod system can be set up in 30 seconds and includes an emergency medical kit, water filter, survival tools, and more. Are you prepared to take care of your family? Do you have everything in one place ready to go? Get it now or enter to win a complete Shelter Pod system at ShelterPod.com. The Shelter Pod at ShelterPod.com. Shelter when you need it most.
Naseema Omer Show. If you have questions after the show, please call me at 877-279-9422, or you can always go find the archived files of today's show, share it with your friends and family by going to NaseemaOmer.com. That's NaseemaOmer.com. I will also put a YouTube video file out on my YouTube channel called The Naseema Omer Show. Just before we went on break, Oshana was explaining her experience, what she felt when she was going through these meditational practices, and she felt she was out of body. And you were saying that when you go through that, Oshana, then your body's over there. And please proceed with explaining that.
Well, my body was left unattended. Because of the pain I was experiencing and not knowing that this actually is part of the process, and I was actually having a very beneficial experience because I was releasing samskaras. These are old patterns built up from past lives, old things that one doesn't want to carry with you into the present circumstance because it just creates more problems. And I am a person that does emotional trauma release. I do that for myself and others at times. And so I was just concerned since actually I'm still getting over this these allergies, but at first I didn't realize what was happening. I thought I was just sick with a cold. But then I realized, doing some muscle testing on what could possibly be wrong with me, I realized that I had entities, negative entities, had jumped into my body when I was when I personally had left my body because it was so painful to be in there. And it, ultimately, I found out that I had 6 entities, and I released them. I know how to do that. I was working with a group and was sent to Europe, where I actually was releasing entities there by happenstance, and I realized it's not that hard to do. It's your body. You have to give permission, leave it open for anything else to be in it. So you command them to leave. They have to leave. It is a free will universe, and if you don't give your consent, out of here, it's got to go.
Yes, and I was just going to ask you, prior to that, I've been told one thing that I practice myself, I try to more diligently because of the same type of thing. I imagine I am in my bubble that's around me, around my body, and I'll only let certain things in. Other things can come and bounce off the shield, so to say. And the color of my bubble will vary with my mood because there's color therapy and reasoning or something behind colors as well. Yeah. And then when I walk a step and the next step, that bubble follows me. It's like all over me, and it kind of helps me with that. But do I do it diligently? No. But I do know, and I agree with you 100%, that you do have to give consent before anything, to allow anything into your body. But sometimes, you're not paying attention, and like you, I am super busy, and then some things, feelings, it can be feelings or emotions even from people that can be felt, negativity that comes in, and then you've got to get rid of it. So, Oshana, do they promote some sort of protection mechanism when you are meditating?
That was not mentioned. So if I had been smart, and from now on I will know, because my friend mentioned it to me because she said something had happened to her in a meditation from some different meditative group, and I told her how to get rid of the entity that she was aware that she had, which led me to think, well, maybe that's what I have. And then I was reading online the West Penray material, which is very much associated with how our species evolved on this planet and how that came about. And he mentions that one must always protect ourselves. We must do that, especially in a meditation position where we are really pretty vulnerable. So we must think of doing a protection around ourselves.
I see. Stay tuned, everybody. I can't wait to hear more, and I'm sure you want to hear more too. Stay tuned. I am Naseema of the Naseema Omer Radio Show and a key leader distributor of Youngevity. I take the nutritional supplements that Dr. Joel Wallach has put together in a neat package, Healthy Body Start Pack, and get all the 90 essential nutrients daily. Get started on yours today from my online store, NaseemaOmer.com. That's NaseemaOmer.com, or call 877-279-9422.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Wallach, founder of Youngevity, a publicly traded company. We're very excited about it. We're in 55 countries and just really helping the world. Just very excited. I've been sharing this message for over 30 years, and it has not changed with the changing times. Every man, woman, and child needs the 90 essential nutrients just to survive, much less to thrive. To put the odds in your favor to live as long as possible with the highest possible quality of life, you must get these nutrients every day.
Hey, diabetics. Yeah, you. Got a spare hour to waste going to the pharmacy to get your insulin or other meds and supplies every month? I didn't think so. Me either. I've got life going on, which is why I use PillPack. PillPack is an amazing online pharmacy. They package up all my diabetic meds and testing supplies into daily doses and send it to me every month, automatically. All I do is pay my normal copay. PillPack does the rest. I'm serious. This is a free service. They don't even charge for shipping. PillPack handles all the medical insurance stuff and even get with my doctors for my other prescriptions so I don't have to, which is good because that's the stuff I forget. But PillPack remembers everything. They even package up my daily vitamins so I remember to take them too. If you're diabetic, your meds and supplies are life and death, which means you need PillPack. Call right now for this free service. You may even qualify for $25 in free vitamins. 800-560-7310. That's 800-560-7310. Again, 800-560-7310.
Are you happy washing your hands with harsh chemicals? Are you happy doing laundry with detergents? Are you happy paying high prices? Find your happiness with Pure Soap. These all-natural, earth-friendly Pure Soaps are the very best you've ever used. Buy in bulk. Get a 12, 36, or 48-month supply. Or get items individually and still save big. You're getting soap products twice as good as what you're using now. Earth-friendly and natural soaps. Your family deserves the best. Happiness is 5starsoap.com. Why not put your money up the drain for a change? See them at 5starsoap.com or call 1-800-340-7091 for a catalog. Cal Ben Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils. See their full selection of soaps at 5starsoap.com. That's F-I-V-E starsoap.com. Or call 1-800-340-7091 for a catalog.
It's been said, any society is only 3 missed meals away from chaos. Those times may be near. Think about it. Our country faces multiple terrorist threats and aggressions from Russia and North Korea. Social unrest and violent marches yet again may lead to looting of stores and city shutdowns. And our crumbling infrastructure leaves our power grid vulnerable to long-term outages from a single cyber attack. When the chaos from any one of these threats arises, the government knows it can't provide during a widespread national emergency. That's why you need your own plan for self-reliance. That's where My Patriot Supply comes in. Get a 4-week survival food supply for only $99. That includes breakfast, lunches, and dinners. Order online at preparewithgcn.com. $99 for 4 weeks of survival food that tastes like homemade cooking and lasts up to 25 years. From My Patriot Supply. Get your kits today at preparewithgcn.com. Free shipping is included. Preparewithgcn.com.
Have you ever thought you'd like to flip houses but didn't know how or where to get the money? Are you ready to be your own boss so you can start living the good life? Hi, I'm Preston Ely. I used to be so broke. I had my electricity turned off 9 times, but I figured out a way to quit my job and find financial freedom in real estate. For a limited time, I want to send you a free copy of my smash hit selling book, How to Get Rich in Real Estate. It shows you how to copy exactly what I did so you can make money from the comfort of your own home without even doing any manual labor. I've already given away 5,000 books and they're going fast. To get one before they're gone, call 1-800-958-6936. Listen, if you're sick and tired of stressing about money, this book could change your life. It's short, fun to read, easy to understand, and awesome. To find out how to get your free book while supplies last, call 1-800-958-6936. Call 1-800-958-6936. 1-800-958-6936.
By Genesis Communication Network, headquartered here in Burnsville, Minnesota. I am actually in the studio. I try and do my shows recorded from the studio here, and my guests may be in the studio or maybe in their own state. Today I'm interviewing Oshana Spring. Wow. On lots of great topics. We're focusing now on spirituality and astrology and meditation, but she is a wealth of knowledge and experience. So if you missed the first segment, go back so you can listen to what her background is and extensivity in all these subject matters. And I have a feeling that I'll be inviting Oshana if she has the time and accepts to have several more interviews on various topics, because it's just so educational and so inspiring, and keeping, being self-aware, self-improvement tools and tips, etc., and more. Basically, awareness. We as a species need to be aware of our surroundings, our universe. You may believe it scientifically, you may believe it religiously or non-religiously, but be open to listening to different concepts. So just before we went on break, Oshana, we talked about a lot of things, but I'm curious to know, how could you pinpoint whether you had one entity and whether you had more? You mentioned 6, and that they were negative. And here's the thing. I think we as people in our bodies need to give permission whether it's a negative entity or a positive entity. And how do you figure all those things out? Can you kind of explain that?
Well, because I was suffering, and 3 days after I got back, I went into this malaise and felt very ill, but I had to continue working because I had plans and I didn't want to, I wanted to get things done. So and then bit by bit, friends, things I was reading sort of alerted me to the fact that maybe my constant ill health, which was rare for me, was caused by something unusual. Mm-hmm. So I started doing muscle testing to figure out, and at one point I asked, is there an entity, a negative entity in my body creating this problem? And I got yes. Now, I muscle test, and I've tried various ways. I know people use pendulum, rocking back and forth, their fingers. None of that seemed to work for me. It was never definitive enough. So I do something. I use a gallon jug, and a plastic gallon jug, mm-hmm. and I fill it with water to give me resistance, but not enough so that it's a good arm exercise, mm-hmm. so that I don't tire if I need to ask like 20 or 30 questions in succession. So I put an adequate amount of water. I put a cotton cloth or handkerchief that I can hold on to, and I use that to lift up. I put my arm by my side, okay. And then if I want a yes answer, mm-hmm. there should be enough energy in my body to lift that jug, and that will give me a definitive yes answer. And if the answer is no, there won't be the energy to lift it, and it will just hang by my side.
I see. So completely by your side. And then where's the handkerchief? Is it around the jug?
Usually a gallon container will have a little handle on it. Yes. And so I just tie a handkerchief onto that, and okay. I use that to lift it up. It's okay. Works really well.
Okay. And then how do you ask the questions?
Well, the question has to have only a yes or no answer. Okay. So you can say, my body has a negative entity in it. And then you would get a yes answer if it did. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then you could say, my body has a negative entity in it. No. Mm-hmm. And then if there's nothing there, you would get a yes answer also.
Okay. And so you kept asking questions till you came to find out that there were 6.
At first, I didn't know how many. I don't even know if I asked exactly how many. But when I discovered it, immediately I told them out. I turned, mm-hmm. I pushed my hands out, and I turned to all 4 directions, and I commanded them mm-hmm. out of my body. Mm-hmm. And then I tested, and I found out that 3 had gone. But the next day I tested again, and I still had something there. So I got them out again, and then I thought I was free. That was 5. And then the week after that, I had a chiropractic appointment, and all of a sudden he's using some electrical device on my back, and he says, "Whoa!" And he said, "I just saw a negative entity jump out."
Oh, wow.
As he's very psychic. He's a wonderful chiropractor. He's very... he's
intuitive and receptive, yeah.
Yeah. And so he had another one jump out. So it's been rather intense because this has never happened to me before. Although I've had lots of negative emotions. And negative emotions, I think, or trapped emotions.
Yes.
They're trapped. They can be love unreceived, abandonment. It's the Bradley Nelson trapped emotions. One can look it up online and see the emotion chart. So I do a lot of muscle testing with that to release trapped emotions. Because when we have trapped emotions in our body, emotions that we didn't allow true feeling of, then we're sort of controlled and triggered by those emotions.
Yes.
So at times, instead of having an authentic response, it will be a response because of some past feeling that never got expressed adequately.
Yes, and those can kind of, it's getting kind of deeper, I think. They kind of reside almost on a cellular level, every single cell level. And so,
it is. They are at cellular level.
Yeah.
They can be in every cell of your body.
Yeah, and so it's best to, and I think science is coming along and getting to research more and more about it. I mean, so, there is that thing. And I mean, how good does it feel when you release something, even like organizing your closet and getting rid of stuff? Right. Similarly, you have that wonderful feeling in your body if you just get rid of those old patterns and trapped energies that serve you no more, even if they served you at one time, right? So,
yes, so perfect. Because when they're trapped, it means when they were going through you, you did not let them be. You somehow froze up and you didn't want to feel that feeling, and therefore it got trapped internally. And then anybody can just push that button and you're triggered.
Yes.
So it's uncomfortable. So if you're feeling not at peace, if you're feeling in some sort of haze, or that something is off in your life, often it's a matter of just releasing those trapped emotions. And that's very simple to do also. Extremely simple.
Tell us.
Yeah, if you download the emotion code online, Bradley Nelson's emotion code, and then if you know how to muscle test, you go through and say, I have a trapped emotion ready to be released, and it's in column A, and then your arm will go up if it is, and you can just figure out what emotion it is and then to release it, because we are electromagnetic beings.
Yes.
And your hands, you can rub them together, and then you can take them from the third eye all the way as far down as you can reach down the back of your neck.
Yes.
And you can say, I am releasing this trapped emotion of, like, anxiety, and you do that 3 times, and it's actually released.
Wow.
Miraculously, it feels.
Wonderful.
But it's intent, and what we want. We are the gods in our own little universe.
We are. And it's so true. I think if someone just practices some things to even if you're a skeptic, maybe just test out a few things and see what happens. Be open. I mean, I find that, when you follow some things, it's like the universe out there is listening with all these energies and fields, and then you almost invite good to yourself, like what you're looking for. And if you just be quiet, have a little quiet time and listen, it comes to you.
I agree thoroughly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's
we
a wonderful
our own reality.
We do, and it's just like a aha moment. Lots of aha moments. It's like wow, wonderment. But it's really, it is. It's a great euphoric feeling, really.
Yeah.
Should I say it's better than sex and better than chocolate cake? Yes.
But it's something that lasts. It goes on and on.
Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing. That's wonderful. What else can you think about that you'd like to share and talk about, Oshana? I mean, these are some pretty deep things, and really, once you practice, like you explain the muscle testing, asking yourself questions, downloading the emotion code. I think emotion code is a biggie because we as beings, I do believe some of our souls are older souls and some are younger souls. And so depending on that, you may or may not have a lot of emotions to release from past experiences.
Well, even in this lifetime.
Yes.
So it's not, samskaras, I think, are from past lifetimes, but in this lifetime, you can rack up a lot of trapped emotions just by not feeling completely, being scared and not wanting to feel certain things can create a trapped emotion.
Totally agree. And it's good to repeat it too, right? Periodically. I mean, it's not that you do it one time and you're done.
I've done it for 2 years, and many weeks I will check and there will be nothing, but then sometimes there's something.
Ah, interesting. Layers of an onion could be even, maybe.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We'll be back after this short break.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-765-9681 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-765-9681. Again, that's 800-765-9681.
Think about this. Your community's aging water infrastructure systems are very likely to be contaminated with heavy metals like lead, disinfection chemicals like ammonia, chlorine and chloramines, and pharmaceuticals like statins, pain meds, and antidepressants.
And no, water treatment plants are not equipped to filter these pharmaceutical toxins out.
Protect your family's water supply with the trusted Big Berkey water filter. New NSF EPA-certified lab tests show Big Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria, and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market, the gold standard in water purification, and our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water. Think about this. Your community's aging water infrastructure systems are very likely to be contaminated with heavy metals like lead, disinfection chemicals like ammonia, chlorine and chloramines, and pharmaceuticals like statins, pain meds, and antidepressants.
And no, water treatment plants are not equipped to filter these pharmaceutical toxins out.
Protect your family's water supply with the trusted Big Berkey water filter. New NSF EPA-certified lab tests show Big Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria, and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market, the gold standard in water purification, and our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Are you looking to become more self-sufficient? Then you need to have your own energy source. The SolarC EMP hardened generator is automatic, maintenance-free, and reduces your monthly electric bill. You can also take it off-grid when you go camping. Contact PortableSolarLLC.com or call for details at 972-575-8875 today. Portable Solar LLC gives you everything you need to start using solar energy in less than 1 hour. SolarC EMP hardened solar generator energy insurance. For your family or business, call Portable Solar LLC today.
Homeowners have much more to worry about than just making their mortgage payment. One of our biggest expenses can be when unexpected repair bills hit us at home. Can you afford to repair or replace your home heating system? What about when your air conditioning stops working this summer? Or worse, a major plumbing problem or large appliance that just stops working? Well, with National Home, you can say goodbye to repair bills. That's right. If you own a home, you could stop paying for these costly repairs. Best of all, call now to get your home protected and 1 month of repair coverage for free. Just call 800-887-3022. Simply call our 24/7 repair hotline and pay nothing for covered repairs. Get total protection for your home's major appliances and systems so you have no more costly repair bills. Just call 800-887-3022 and never pay for repairs again. Get your home protected against costly repair bills right now. Call 800-887-3022. That's 800-887-3022. 800-887-3022.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Interviewing Oshana Spring today, and we are talking about astrology, spirituality, entities, meditation, muscle testing, protecting yourself, and so much more. She has an extensive background in education and lots of other studies. So if you've missed the show, please go back to the archive files. You can download the file, listen at your own free time, share the file with your friends and family, and then I'll also have a YouTube video file on my channel called the Naseema Omer Show. Oshana, you've given us so many nuggets and so many things, you know, for a person to really sit and contemplate and think about, even if, you know, they may be aware of some of these concepts and may not be aware, but be open. You know, we all love harmony and content and peace. This is what we as beings strive for in our life, right? Learning to achieve that type of a bliss and harmony. So what else can you tell us as far as an advice on or encouragement on what particular things? I know you're big on love and connection over there. Anything in particular you can guide us to?
Well, I have been studying the Course in Miracles the last few years, and the last year, the Course of Love, which has been channeled by Mari Perrone. And it's a beautiful, beautiful book. I actually wanted to take it into the prisons here and have them feel the upliftment that it provides. In fact, when I read this book, it was it felt so personal and so much like this is the first time I've ever been completely understood that I would just cry and cry out of love and just feeling so cared for. This book is quite lovely. With the Course in Miracles, it's more of ferreting out the ego and seeing where the ego is leading you astray, where you want the pomp and circumstance and you want to be I this, I that. And the Course of Love is uniting the heart and the mind together as one and proceeding in life from that perspective, knowing that you are the creator of your life, and as you look at everyone else and you honor them and see what they've created and honor their creation, because that's what they've thought to do in this life. And it's just sort of fascinating how we do with our thoughts create our reality.
Yes.
So as long as one knows that, one can be more circumspect about the thoughts that we think and really keep an eye on them. Years and years ago, I used to, if I thought a negative thought, I would put a big X over it, a big red X, like 3 times, big X's over it, and say, cancel, clear, cancel, clear, cancel, clear.
Yes.
And I wouldn't want that thought creating a negative reality for myself. And it's a matter of being aware, self-aware, and seeing what you are creating.
Exactly. I couldn't agree with you more. It's because somehow our brains, whether it is actually the reality or whether it's a thought or a movie or something, I mean, it puts that imprint in its brain as an experience and can't really differentiate. So you have to actually kind of do the exercise or something similar like what you explained. Now, many people will, write down their anger thoughts or bad thoughts or negative thoughts or whatever experience throughout the day and then just burn that, stomp on it, whatever, like you're getting rid of it. So it's like an exercise and you're telling your brain, it's done, I want it out of my brain and my body. Thank you, Oshana. I hear that music. That means we need to wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And, Oshana, I'd love to have you back on my show here sometime.
Well, it was super fun, Naseema.
Thanks.
I would love that.
Awesome. And I'll see you in July. Have a great weekend, everybody. I am Naseema of the Naseema Omer Radio Show and a key leader distributor of Youngevity. I take the nutritional supplements that Dr. Joel Wallach has put together in a neat package, Healthy Body Start Pack, and get all the 90 essential nutrients daily. Get started on yours today from my online store, NaseemaOmer.com. That's NaseemaOmer.com, or call 877-279-9422.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Wallach, founder of Youngevity, a publicly traded company. We're very excited about it. We're in 55 countries and just really helping the world. Just very excited. I've been sharing this message for over 30 years, and it has not changed with the changing times. Every man, woman, and child needs the 90 essential nutrients just to survive, much less to thrive. To put the odds in your favor to live as long as possible with the highest possible quality of life, you must get these nutrients every day.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists, get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Sling bow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug-out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of sling bow, a new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
In these uncertain times, it makes sense to have a sustainable backup method to cook food and boil water. If your current plan includes using a fuel-burning stove or cooking over an open fire, then there's a much better way. The Minuteman Rocket Stove is a biomass-burning cooking stove that only requires small quantities of sticks and twigs for fuel. The Minuteman stove is easy to use, smokeless, portable, powerful, and sustainable. For the finest in survival cooking stoves and fire starters made right here in the USA, go to MinutemanStove.com. That's MinutemanStove.com.